Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a vehicle that is really mid right now, the IS-4, a vehicle that 100% deserves a buff. And guess what? Well, while I may not agree with all the balance changes that Wargaming is planning for the upcoming rebalance of the game, what I can say is that I do agree with the IS-4 getting buffed. It's getting a 2 km/h top speed buff, its upper plate's getting 10 millimeters added, it's getting 50 more hit points, half a second taken off the reload, and an additional 50 horsepower. All of these changes are going to allow the IS-4 to feel, actually, decent. I think the tank right now is in an okay state. It's nothing crazy, but it's also nothing bad. It's just, like, that's really all I can describe. It has 2,700 DPM with calibrated shells. It's got a decent top speed of 42, especially if you use super speed boost, then you can achieve a top speed of 46, which is okay. The vehicle is fairly mobile due to the power to weight buffs, and it still features really strong turret armor. It's got really good heat pen, and okay accuracy for a Soviet heavy. But in return, it has really bad armor. Its upper plate is basically a weak spot to everything that fires standard ammo. It especially sucks against penetration on tank destroyers, because tank destroyers literally just laugh at you and pen you through your sides like they don't even exist. It's really, really annoying. But I'm not going to say I hate the IS-4 currently. I know that a lot of people hate the tank. I don't agree with the balanced decisions that Wargaming has gone when it comes to this tank, but at the same time, it's not like the worst vehicle ever. It's just mid, you know? That's really the best way to describe it. So we are using that good mobility to make our way as fast as we can up the hill. You can see that we've beaten the rest of our heavies, even something like an E5, by quite a bit. And it is a good example of where the mobility on this vehicle is actually not awful. We got the Sheridan on the side, and for now, we're kind of just waiting here. I don't really want to do much of an aggressive maneuver when the enemy team really isn't spotted at all. We're going to move up onto the side of the WZ. We're going to aim in, and there you go. 447. Sheridan, look at that. AP right through my tank like it's literally butter. I mean, that's so cringe. It's so cringe. And that's where I hate the IS-4, because the armor is just a joke. I mean, the Sheridan has APCR standard, and it's some of the most mid-pen in tier 10 for a light, and he didn't even bat an eye, just went right through. That is, well, let's just say it's a problem, and it definitely causes the IS-4 to feel pretty mid. But the advantage of this tank is that it does have at least somewhat good damage per minute now. We're going to aim it on the IS-7, and there you go. Another nice shot. So we're getting out damage, which is good. And we do have the U-100. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my super speed boost, and we're going to back up to this U-100, who is currently, I don't really like what's going on right now. I'm going to try and hold off the enemy U-100. You'll notice, by the way, the turret traverse on this tank is so freaking slow. Like, holy slow, man. It's bad. But at least we do feature very good levels of pen. I shot that shell a little too early, but it's because the U-100 is just going to push me. Oh, well, no, he's going to kill our Sheridan is what he's going to do. That's my fault. I didn't realize my Sheridan was right behind me until I started backing up. I don't know what to really do here, though. I mean, we got the other E-100 on us, and this is real goofy. That's all I'm going to say. Oh boy, 296. Let's back up. He's going to shoot at my teammate. E-100's getting bled out, though. What I'm thinking of doing right now is I'm just going to push him back so that he doesn't shoot my teammates anymore. I think that's really the best play to make. Just pushing him back is a good play, because we can put on our adrenaline, and we're obviously going to out-DPM him by quite a bit. But again, the armor on this vehicle, it's not very... Ooh, actually, it's good enough to get a bounce, apparently, so I'm not going to complain too much. We're getting out damage. We're at 3,500, as we can see. It's not like an awful tank. Like, the gun, it works, and its pen is pretty good. So you got some values that I can understand. I thought this game was going to be a lot worse off than I really... it ended up being. But that's mostly because the 100 decided to shoot people around me rather than my tank, which wasn't really the best play. He should have just been shooting at me. I mean, killing the Sheridan wasn't an awful play from him, I guess, but I don't know who else he shot at. He should have been focusing me because I was absolutely farming him out. So there you go. 3,900 damage, a decent win, I guess. If we were in an Object 260 in that exact same situation, though, I can tell you it would have been way better. Why? Well, first of all, the Object 260 would have been able to reverse much quicker in that exact same scenario fighting the E100. But of course, now we arrive on a map where I don't really want to drive the IS-4, which is Castilla. We are on the better spawn, so I'm not going to get that mad, but we're in a tank that has awful gun depression, and we're going to be going to the medium side because that's kind of what you do. So let's head over here, activate our super speed. By the way, notice how much faster that VK90 out-traversed us. It's kind of a joke, really, when you think about it. The fact that a super heavy is able to outmaneuver me by that much. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the IS-4, it needs, in my opinion, still a little bit more, even with the buffs. But I do think that the tank will be really strong next update. That's what I'll say. With the increase of the DPM, with the increase of the frontal protection, a little bit more hit points, a little bit more horsepower, and top speed, it's just going to put the tank in a solid spot where everything on the vehicle feels kind of in place. And I think it'll be pretty well balanced. So, if you want my opinion, I actually don't think the IS-4 will be a bad grind. Wow, great job to our Leopard 1. Best player of the year there. Great job, bro. How do you die that quick? That's my question. Well, we got the Sheridan. Siege is going to YOLO around the corner. Probably. We're going to have to angle it, and there you go. That's where the track wheel of the Sheridan, or not the Sheridan, but that's where the track wheel of this tank can be pretty good. We got the Leopard, who just pokes us for free because we have zero support from any tank destroyer. So it's me and the Balshatian. That's it. And they have a 183. Ah, how fun. That's not going to be cringe at all to fight. Well, let's make our way up here. We only have 10 seconds left before we get our super speed boost back, which will be pretty good. So let's see what we can do. Let us see. Well, we got the 183. Ah, okay. Well, I'm going to back on up and get one shell into his tank, just like that. And, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Leopard bounces me, or not Leopard, sorry, the Patton bounces me, which we get a shell into. And because, oh my god, stop tracking me. This is why having very, very poor track wheels is annoying. Because you just get locked down, and you can't do anything about it. Thankfully, didn't matter too much, because, oh man, they have a grill too? This is awful. Like, if I can tell you the word awful, that's what we're experiencing right now. I'm going to maneuver over here, and I'm going to aim in on the 1-8... Ah, of course, I'm going to bounce the 183 as well. But what I'm going to do... why would you poke that bat, chat? Like, why would you do that? Zero situation where that's a good play. Nice high explosive pen into the enemy M48 Patton. And he's put himself in a really bad spot right now. Because, obviously, we're going to just get some bonks out. There you go. Nice shot into the Leopard. I was really honestly hoping that the M48 would drive down here, because it just puts him in such a bad spot. I'm just going to push up, and we're going to see if I can bleed him out. I think that's really the best play to make. There you go. Nice shot into the hatch of the Patton. That locks him down, and I'm just going to try and hold off this Patton as much as possible, because I don't want my E4 to die. So if I will gladly take bleeds for my E4, if he can live. I'm not going to use my repair kit, because using my repair kit, in my opinion, is a bad idea. And we're not going to use our super speed, because we don't need to. We're doing pretty good so far. And the 183's gone, so we don't need to worry about that at all. Leopard is a threat, but not that big of a threat, because he's sending the boss Shotgun, which is a bad play. So he's going to die. We're going to start pushing to mid. We're going to see if we can get some damage into the E100. So let's do that right now. This is where that super speed does come in handy, and it feels really, really nice. Stop capping. Alright, let's see. We got the Type 71. Let's aim it on his vehicle. Okay, 78 damage. Crazy, bruh. Our VK really needs to stop capping the base. I swear to God, bro. If we went on base cap, I swear I'm going to lose so much damage. Crazy. Teammates like this VK90 are the people that I really, really hope just stop playing the game. Because, I mean, we got out the damage, but still, bro, why are you capping the base? The only world where you should be capping the base is when your team is losing, not when your team is winning. Actually, you shouldn't ever cap the base. Let me clarify that right now. You should never cap the base unless you are in a situation where it's a 1 versus 1, and the only way you're going to bait that enemy vehicle to you is by capping. Apart from that, it is an absolute waste of time, and it's kind of a joke. Because all that did was, like, put unwanted stress on me to try and get out as much damage as possible. Really cringe. Either way, we did pretty good. We did 4,300 damage. The Bat Chat was a decent teammate and helped me win, although I'm not really sure why he poked that 183. That was a really bad play from him. Running that super speed boost was a good thing and a bad thing. The good part was it allowed me to back away from that 183 without dying. The bad part was the fact that we literally got permanently tracked by the Leopard and the Patton like 3 times. Thankfully, it was at an angle they couldn't pen me, but still. Imagine if it was. It shows you just where having repair kits is so important. But for me, on the IS-4, I think having that reverse speed is way too important to lose, so I do run the super speed. We ended up doing pretty good in the tank, and as you can see, it's not an awful vehicle. You can do pretty well in it, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you the IS-4 is awful, but what I will tell you is that next update, it's actually going to be a really strong heavy. So if you were wanting to grind the vehicle or it's been sitting in your garage, you've sold it because it's disappointing, now is the chance to get it back. Now is the chance to get ready to play it again, because I think it will be a pretty solid vehicle next update. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.